So now we'll try to put her back together after we crack a beer, of course. Okay, so here's our two that we reviewed when we finished it last. One thing I didn't show is there's a little rubber O-ring right here. It'll just come off like that. As you can see. It's probably still good, but a new one comes in with the kit when you get a kit. So what we'll do is we'll clean off some of that packing oil that's packing oil or they put on it so it doesn't rust. This machine doesn't need oil on the outside parts. So we'll just rub some of that off so we don't get completely filthy. Yeah, there's that. So you can see there's a new O-ring, and this comes from that company who made it, or they send it off to Turbo Technics, the core, for a turbocharger vibration report, and it shows you that vibration report down at the bottom. Everything looks to be well within limits. So we'll call that good. That there. So where will we start? Okay, so we'll put this to the side. Over there. Maybe we'll start putting this thing together. See lots, so you just kind of just take it. You'll see how they all overlap each other. So you just gotta spin them around. If you could see, they just overlap each other, so you just kind of rotate them so they have that same overlap the whole way. Okay, some of them you gotta, this is a pain in the ass, but so they all look the same, like this. Then flip it over, kind of get them all into the same position. And you have this ring to put on, and I have to look at some pictures that I took before, see exactly how it goes on. So it looks like you have your hole, and then let's see, hole, so hole, this guy, little gear goes on, this guy, so, because in these ones, the only thing different is this section right here, and it looks like that section, as you can see, everything's symmetrical, and then right there, there's kind of a larger opening. You want to make sure you get that in the right spot. So what do I have here again? Hole, spot, pin, gear, and I'll put that on right there. I'll go right like that. So now once you know where that larger opening's supposed to go, you just go through it. Slowly just kind of wiggle these guys around till they get in the right spot. And this little gear will fall into place. Not gear, but whatever it's called. There. So now we can flip it and see what this side looks like. So it looks like everything's lined up. Got that in its right spot. So now we got to get on those little, these three little guys. Those guys, they go under these little pins that are sticking up. Oh shit. Gotta be careful with this guy, because this will fall off quick. So what I do is I just put it on the little pins, then I lift it up just a little, or I lift it up a bit. Try to get it onto the pin. We got it on. And get it back. And there. So tricky. Oh, I lost some. Shit. All good again. So we got another little wheel on. Put it on first. Lift up the gear as easy as you can. Shit. There. Drop it down. One last little pin. Drop it on. Lift this up as easily as you can. Without losing all the other ones. Then go back down. There. So now, oh, you gotta be fucking kidding me. The pin come out? Are you serious? Fucking pin come out. Great. Well, back to the drawing board. So, I was gonna do this off camera, but I was like, you know what? This is the most difficult spot of the job. So, I'm gonna do it on camera. Okay, so those are all not in the right spot again. Okay. Let's try this again. Yeah, if you don't have patience, you could forward through this section, because it's lots of finicky work. Finicky, getting all the pins in the right spot. But I did find a trick on how to get this on the back onto the turbo, which I'll show you once I get to that point. So I get these little pins put in. Be careful, lift up the side and drop it in. there. Lift it up, slide the groove in over the pin, and drop the pin. There, so now they're in. As you can see, as it rotates, they open and close. Back side's on, so what I'm going to do is sit it right there. And where did I put that tape? A little bit of duct tape. And put that like that. Stick it to the bottom. A couple pieces. Just kind of grab it. I'll put one more piece over here. There. Okay, so we got that put together. So you can see if you need anything for reference. Now we will have a drink. So this, we cleaned it all up. Took those out, cleaned them. So we got that there. This is what this part goes on. So this is the arm that, let's see here. I don't know if that's supposed to be loose. On a dust shield. Pretty sure it is. Oh yeah, even on the old one. It's loose, but not as loose because it's full of crud behind it. That same thing. So now with this guy, that opening that we had earlier right there, see I marked it earlier, that sits on this guy, and then you'll see the holes. That's a pinhole for there, so that's pinhole goes to that one. This opening goes to this pin, then this indent here sits on that. So without taping it, this is brutal to put in, but if you add tape, just fairly straightforward. That's all there is to it. So now you got it on, remove your tape. It's done. Now, what went next? Did that sit on there? I can't even remember. That was in there, I think. Yep, that was in there. So now this, we get this guy on, and it should be all the same, just look at the hole marks. See a big and a small together, right there, and that one is there. This one, I believe that's the only way it can go on. Should be only one way, and that is it, because any other way doesn't work. So that's like that, and now we will use, so those little bolts that we had taken out earlier, these little guys, I snapped a bunch of them. So the only spot I could find some stainless steel ones, if you're gonna get stainless, was on Amazon. That's the name of them. You need to know. What are they? M4.7 × 10. So I think that takes a few of these guys. 5 or something. And we'll put some red thread locker on them. This is going to be something you don't really want to move. Get those set in. Yeah, that last part I wasn't going to show it. I watched videos and couldn't really find anybody putting it together. Probably because it is such a pain in the ass. But they usually just skip over it, and I did it a few times just to do it and kind of practice it. And yeah, the only way I could do it is with the tape on it. Every other way just didn't work. Just couldn't do it. So we'll put that on there. Clean up any excess crap. I'll just tighten them down. Make sure these guys move. Yeah, moves the way it's supposed to. Don't have to go crazy tight on these like that. Just go by feel. Or just get them nice and snug. Okay, that's that. Now, which side is this going? That guy goes there. So we have an indent here and an indent there. So that should just actually spring steel. Spring steel goes in. And we'll look. We see our indent and our little knob. So that should just go in right like that. And that's on that spring steel underneath. So here we have, which washers did we have for that? Our screws. On this side. They're all the same size. What's these ones? These little guys. Put it on there. So I got that little washer to hold it in. Oh. So this is the exhaust side. I'm going to put a little red Loctite on these guys too. So yeah, before I started doing this job, I was like, oh, it's going to be difficult. Once you start taking it apart is just your biggest issue. Get yourself a torch. The one I use is this guy here. This little one burns a little hotter, this MAP gas. So pick yourself up of that and use some of this Nutcracker or whatever in whatever product you like better. To me, that one works well. Put in patience and leverage. That'll be key. Now once you take it apart, get out your little wire brushes. I actually took mine to the car wash and I pressure washed it to get rid of most of the shit, the build-up, which I'll probably put a picture on there in this video just to show you what it looked like originally. And then once that was done, then I took the pieces apart. Once I got them apart, I soaked them all individually in vinegar and water for 2 weeks. Then when I came back after 2 weeks, it all came off really easy. This one is your 10 mil. So I'm just gonna go around, gradually tighten them. And we'll compress that spring down. Nice and even. Oh, forgot about this one back here. And I'm sure there's some sort of torque spec for these, but I'm not gonna worry about that. There. So that's that. Now we will get our new O-ring. Put that sucker in here. If we can. There. That's like that. What else we got for pieces here? Oh, this guy. So this guy too should have an indent. We have a little hole here. I don't know if that picks it up, but we have that little spot there. And on this guy, we have a little indent there. So it should just line up. So we got that. That's it. Oopsie. There. That went into place. Now we have our bolts on this side. This side. Oh. I am just going to clean that surface up a bit. And maybe try to balance that thing. doesn't fall. Okay. And I'm going to use blue Loctite on these guys. Oops. If I have any left. Oh yeah. How's that other hole? Oh, there we go. And one left. This will be 8 mil. Let's see, why is that so high up? It's like it's not sitting properly. We have an issue. Not sure what it is, but we have one. The reason I'm taking it off is the side is not sitting flush. Not sure why. everything's lined up. There. Oh, it's flush. Weird. So, carefully put these screws back in. And I'm just going to upload the video like this because I don't have a clue on how to do that fast forward stuff that you see people do on YouTube. Plus I'm half asleep. How many we got left here? 2 more. Okay, So that's that, and you got your plate. Goes on here. This guy only really go on one way. Just like that. Actually, I should have put some blue Loctite on those suckers too. Should be a lot of, not a lot, but there'll be vibration there. Don't want these guys to make it loud. I'm coming to the end of the blue Loctite. Maybe I'll put music over this. It's not so boring. I like to learn how to do that stuff in YouTube where they fast forward their stuff, but I don't get the patience for some reason to do that. There's that. Okay, so what went on next? This guy, where'd he go? That guy goes like this, because there's the arms connected. So, same thing for here. There's that. Now you could get your little arm. Where do I put that guy? This guy here, slide it under. Pretty much only could go one way. Well, either way, but both work. Slide that over that one. Over that one, we are going to get the factory clips we ordered. Where do I put those? Over here. Two of them. I ordered 4 because I wanted to make sure I didn't lose these ones. Now there's a little indentation. You should just be able to work it in there. Let's see. Or maybe press it in there with the pliers, maybe. There. Where did I put that other one? Ooh, this is very tricky. I think that's on. Oh, fucked that one up. Pushed it too far. These are you know what? I think the aftermarket ones I bought are probably better. Not the aftermarket, but the ones from Value or from the other store. Make sure you have them in there. That one's in there nice. Just want to make sure she's in the groove. Just rotating it around, make sure it's sitting properly. And I think she is. Yep. Perfect. So that's that. And the studs, if you wanted to put the studs on, I'm not going to put mine on right now. Those are the old studs that I went and picked up. New ones from the dealership. Those are those numbers. You can't find them really anywhere else. And once I popped them off, I used... Where is that? Oh, I just used the die. That size is... Let's see... It's a M7 by 1 inch. Just put the die in there. Just clean up the threads. But yeah, I'm not going to put these guys in right yet. Identical to the old guys. Let's see. So we'll get those in there later. Screw them in nice and tight. Probably put red Loctite on those. They won't come out again for a while. What else we have on here? That's down, tightened. So we can bolt this guy on. That goes here. And I got my exhaust gasket right here. And I'm just gonna bolt it on loose because I'm not sure if I'm gonna replace this too. If I could get these on loose, something I can look at later. Sure that gasket doesn't move. These are E12. Doing this, there's only 3, but on one side they screw in from the opposite direction. So these two are your exhausts, and the other guy up top here is this one here, I'll show you in a sec, is your EGR. And I deleted my EGR. Well, electronically deleted it. And now I'm going to mechanically remove it all. Just to keep the life of this engine a bit longer. I'm just going to make a plate, a blanking plate here. Then a blanking plate at the complete other end. And remove all the guts in between. That's the goal anyway. Didn't really look into it yet, but that's that. And then if you want, there is 2 gaskets for your exhaust. They're both different. You have a left and a right. That to me looks like it doesn't fit. So it's probably this side. Let's see. Oh no. So this one I'll have to go. That one will go there. I thought those would have clipped on like that. I guess they don't. These might clip on the other side. What the hell here? Yeah, I believe these have to go into the other side first before you bolt this back on. As you can see, just the shape. So here, but yeah, these you have to buy them 2 separate ones. Then I got my EGR. I'll put the EGR one there along with a blanking plate. That'll seal that out completely. So when exhaust is coming in, she ain't gonna go back into the EGR or whatever it may be and around the engine and back into the engine and fill up full of shit. So that's it. Not the most detailed video, but that's how you take apart a Mercedes-Benz turbo from the OM642, that Jeep Grand Cherokee 3-liter diesel, and put her back together. Oh yeah, one more thing. This plate, this is what mounts it to your this is what mounts it to your Jeep. I believe that is like that, because that sits in there like this. That would be right there. And screw from the bottom. Where did I go like that? Oh, yeah. Same thing, E12. Oh yeah, there's the other gasket. So that gasket there is for right here. It's going to go for your exhaust outside. This guy. That's that one, and then there's another gasket. This guy. He sits, actually I think he sits under there. That guy will go right in there. Another Mercedes-Benz part. Lugs, that. Screws. That's it. Cheers. Hope you learned something. I know I did, learning about this. Interesting little job. We'll see how well this Chinese core holds up. Yeah, that's where I got them from. PowerTech. I'll put links in the below to anything that I've used here. Might take me a little bit to gather up all the information, but it'd probably save somebody a long time. Well, that's everything. Cheers.